Alright, looking at the iStick A200 from PQ Labs. Alright, here's the unit, palm size. You can see all the thermal vents to keep the processor nice and cool. We got full-size HDMI, full-size USB, that's the power plug there, mini micro SD slot there, and that's it. Pretty simple. Mini USB over here, probably for OTG. Power plug is a interchangeable one. This one is the US version. Five volts of power, so it can be run off USB probably. Full HDMI male to male, and USB micro to full. Comparisons to the A100, A100, A200. The old version had the micro HDMI, new version has the full HDMI. Same on that side, same on that side, same on that side. You can see that there's lots of holes on the case here. Fast processor created more heat. They needed to add some more cooling, a couple cooling there. Okay, so we have the iStick A200 here sitting on the ground. It's got HDMI, power, and USB going in. HDMI goes to the projector. The USB goes up to the touch frame. And the power, of course, goes to the wall. Okay, we're going to look at the iStick A200 running on a G4 overlay 32 touch point 40-inch frame. You can see I've set up a live wallpaper and it responds to touch. The koi fish love to run away from me. Got a bunch of apps here to demo. First off, we're going to run the calibration just to show you how that works. Click on the calibration. You can reset or calibrate depending on what you want to do. Going to load, says do not touch while loading. It's basically clearing all the touchscreen data. You're going to have some X's that you're going to want to hit, hold down. If you've ever used the touch frames on a computer before, this is exactly what the calibration looks like on there. This again is Android. We are running in the full Android operating system. Now we're fully calibrated. So we're running, let's get into the settings menu just to give you an idea of what we're looking at. Going to the About, and we're showing Android 4.1.1. This is a brand new unit we just released. You can see A200 and kernel version and everything. These Android devices come fully rooted, all ready to go. They do not require you to root. They have root access, all ready to go right out of the box, which is great for if you like to play around with these things. A couple other things that are really interesting. The HDMI output, it's a full-size HDMI. You can choose the HDMI resolution to your settings. Anywhere from 1080p, 50, 60 hertz. We can do 720p, 50, 60 hertz, 720, 576, 720, 480, all 50, 60 hertz. Just depends on what your setup is. We're running at 1920 by 1080p, 60 hertz right now on a projector. The projector actually has a native resolution of 720p, so we're kind of overscaling it more than we have to. Screen zoom, you can set up if you want to zoom the screen. This is really good for if you want to be able to hit edge gestures or something like that and your screen doesn't allow for it, especially for a projector. Screen timeout, 10, 20, 30 seconds. This is for your digital signage, guys. If you want to not have the screen, lit up unless it's interacted with, this is something you can utilize. We have screenshot settings, all full Android stuff. Display, wallpaper, live wallpapers, just like you saw the koi pond, you can search other ones, got some particle ones, the Nexus one, all that kind of stuff. Fully configurable. Alright, we're going to go back to the desktop. I'm going to go through a couple apps that come preloaded on here that you may have seen elsewhere, but we're going to demo for you just to give you an idea of what this looks like and how smooth and quick it reacts, multi-touch, 3D rendering, all that kind of stuff. This is the 3D application. You can play around with the Audi car here, kind of cool. You got full zooming capabilities, zooming around, as you can see, very quick, in and out, multi-touch supported. We can change the objects. So this is great for you guys doing conferences. You can configure for your clients when they're being at your booth. We also have the 3D mountain thing that you may have seen. It's another 3D rendering. We're just basically, these apps are showing the real-time 3D rendering capabilities of this 1.6 gigahertz quad-core graphics. Sorry, it's dual-core 1.6 gigahertz processor, quad-core graphics, 2 gigs of RAM. Very, very quick. It's able to render very good graphics for just a tiny palm-sized Android device, one of the best that we have seen ever from any of these small devices. Here's the airplane thing. Again, full zooming around, zoom back out. You can change the clouds, you can change the type of the day, you want to do evening, you want to do night, you can change everything on this app. But again, these are demo apps just to give you an idea of the graphics. There's also the Metroid thing. This is a demo again. They're going to set this up as a launcher. This is just really basic. It will launch some of these buttons actually do launch things. The 3D mountain, for instance, will launch the 3D mountain, and then you just go back and it's an app, so it just overlays itself. Maps again, browser, all that kind of stuff. Google Earth, let's see if that launches that. There we go. Google Earth, again, full capabilities, multi-touch. So we're in Southern California here in the US, San Diego. Here's our lovely town. So you want to look at downtown. This is great, showing patrons, that kind of stuff. Here's our stadium. 2-finger tilt to zoom. Really cool. 3D building rendering. Our internet here is a little slow, so we're going to take some time to render this. But just to give you an idea, these iSticks are very quick, and we've already got pretty much full rendered 3D graphics there. You can zoom in. You should be able to pivot all around. So it's a 2-finger pivot of the world. Zoom in and out, 2-finger, that kind of thing. Alright, what else we got here? Also got a Waypoint Finder application, Android. Again, another 3D rendering demo, courtesy from PQ Labs directly. You can zoom throughout different floors. You see something you want to go to, boom, it'll tell you need to go down a floor to this kind of stuff. You can click on the buildings, all that kind of stuff. Again, digital signage is where this thing excels at. It has a kiosk manager for digital signage. It will automatically have a favorite apps list and an all apps list where you can dump into the favorites app. You can have it run immediately right now, save and exit. Basically, these apps will run right when you start the device up. So, those of you running digital signage, you turn the device off on a timer, whatever it is, you turn it back on before the mall opens, boom, apps launch, apps are ready, good to go. Couple of different other things. Let's see, we went through some particles, metro calibration, earth, and kiosk. Well, actually, I think all we have left to show you are the touch points. So, this is just a quick little demo app. Touch me. Boom. This is showing you that this is highly multi-touch capable. Keep in mind, 2 touches, very quick in the way it's moving. You add more touches, you're going to slow down a little bit, but obviously it's got to calculate all of that. But this really fast processor does a really great job at processing all those touch points. This is a G4 frame, keep that in mind. The G4S frames will run quicker. They're thinner electronics, they're faster than the iPad, the current one that's out, as PQ Labs claims. But regardless, these units work wonderfully well, and I don't think your customers will care at all if a little bit slower than the G4S. But if you want a little bit faster, run the G4S. Alright, that's been a demo here. This is full Android 4.1.1, very, very customizable. This is the iStick customizing window. Different things like restart, feedback for PQ Labs, you can edit the screens, preferences. Something in the preferences that's really interesting is to set the screen orientation. I know a lot of you guys want portrait mode, which is great for digital signage. So, portrait mode, boom. Let's do that. Back it up. and we got portrait mode. Alright, that's our look at the Android iStick computer, the newest A200 unit with a 1.6 GHz processor, dual core, 2 gigs of RAM, and that quad core graphics engine. Great for digital signage and lots of other projects. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us.